Hello and welcome to Physics with Amol sir. As you can see, I've started a new section on my channel. This section we are going to call as Let's Talk About. This will be different than the other videos. In the other videos, I will be teaching only the topics from CBSE syllabus for various classes from 9 to 12. But this section I've started where I'm going to discuss some fun and interesting topics in physics. The reason I decided to start this particular section is for all the other members who are still watching my channel. Okay, apart from my present students, we have my ex-students, my friends, even my relatives. They are watching this series. So I want to make some videos which they will find interesting. So I hope आप सभी को ये वीडियोस अच्छे लगेंगे. ये नया सेक्शन शुरू किया है जिसके अंदर हम कुछ अलग इंटरेस्टिंग फन टॉपिक्स के बारे में बात करेंगे. About physics, obviously. Okay, so I hope you like it, and if you have any topics that you would want me to discuss, please don't forget to message me. So let's start today. So आज हम बात करेंगे about quantum physics, right? So let's talk about quantum physics. Definitely you have heard this word before, even though you are not a physics student, even though you have not finished graduation or post graduation. Quantum physics is something that you have heard many times. And if you have been a physics student, अगर आपने BSc MSc किया हुआ है, तो you know quantum physics is something that we are all scared of. बहुत डर लगता है. It is always the most difficult subjects that we have in our syllabus. Correct. But if you don't think about it as a subject, it is the most interesting part of physics. Correct. हमने बहुत सारे sci-fi movies जो हम लोग देखते हैं, in those sci-fi movies you would have heard the word quantum physics mentioned many times. Correct. So इस सीरीज में बात करेंगे what is quantum physics. So quantum physics, the topic is very large. To put it in a 10-minute video or a 30-minute video is not easy. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसको हम लोग एक 10 मिनट की वीडियो में एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते. करेक्ट. लेकिन थोड़ा कोशिश करेंगे. We'll try to at least get an idea of what we mean by this topic, this idea of quantum mechanics or quantum physics that people are so interested about. Okay. One thing I would like to clarify: the topics that I will be discussing here, this will be based on whatever I've read in the books, whatever I've seen in the videos on YouTube. Okay. There might be some mistakes here and there. Okay. If you find any, please let me know. Okay. So quantum physics. So why we have a term called as quantum physics? We also call it as modern physics. Okay. तो आप पूछेंगे अगर एक modern physics है, that means there has to be some physics that comes before it, and you are right. So before we had quantum physics, we had classical physics that was given by Isaac Newton. Obviously हमने Isaac Newton के बारे में सुना है. Isaac Newton is one of the most famous scientists, right? हर किसी ने Isaac Newton के बारे में सुना है. And we have heard about the story of Isaac Newton, of the apple falling on his head and he discovering about gravity. Okay, so Isaac Newton, the physics that has been given by him, we term it as classical physics or classical mechanics. So what do we learn in Isaac Newton's physics? We learn about gravitation, we learn about forces, we learn about momentum. Correct? In classical physics हमको समझ में आता है चीज एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे कैसे मूव करता है. We understand how things move. We understand that if we take a stone in our hand and if we drop the stone, it will fall down. Correct? That is what we learn in classical mechanics. हमारे वर्ल्ड में, हमारे दुनिया में classical mechanics is what you and I face. Correct? हम लोग हर रोज जो काम करते हैं, हर रोज जो चीज देखते हैं, जो करते हैं, उसमें classical mechanics इस्तेमाल होता है. So classical mechanics is taught in our schools right from 6th standards. So definitely you would have learned about magnetism, you would have learned about electric charges, you would have learned about gravitation. ये सारा चीज हम लोग पढ़ते हैं in classical mechanics. But in physics we have found some phenomena that we cannot explain with classical mechanics alone. Okay, तो ये चीजों को explain करने के लिए the new physics that was developed, that is called as quantum physics, or we also call it as modern physics. So around the year 1850s, 1900s, scientists discovered some different kind of phenomena. Some things that they could not explain using simply Newton's laws. And that is how quantum mechanics was born. Okay, so what were they? Let us start with the simplest of these. Simple, अगर हम सोचे तो, but if we actually start going into it, it is not simple, and that is light. Correct? आप कहेंगे light के बारे में क्या बात कर रहे हैं? So when we think about light, we say light is form of energy. Light की वजह से हमको चीजें नजर आती है. जब से हम छोटे थे, हमने light को देखा हुआ है. We know about light. It is not a very new topic for us. But trust me, light is something that is very, very complicated. So scientists wanted to understand what is light. So what Newton said? Newton said light is in the form of small particles and he called them as corpuscles. Correct? Newton ने क्या कहा कि light के छोटे particles होते हैं, कण होते हैं. So if I have an object, let us say a bulb. Bulb में से light आ रहा है. So according to Newton, when the light is coming out, it is coming out in the form of small particles. छोटे छोटे particles light के बाहर आ रहे हैं. That was a theory given by Newton, and he explained different phenomena of light using this corpuscular theory. But then scientists experimented, and there was one effect, one phenomena that is called as Young's double slit experiment. In some later videos, we'll talk about that experiment as well. So when they saw the Young's double slit experiment, they got confused. अगर light particle है, so that experiment should not work, right? या फिर जो हमने effect Young's double slit में देखा, it cannot be explained by saying that light exists in the form of particles. And due to that, एक नया theory आ गया that was given by Christian Huygens. The theory was that light is actually a wave. तो क्रिश्चियन हाइगेन्स ने हमको बताया कि लाइट exists in the form of waves and not particles. तो लाइट एक वेव है. Correct? And then lot of phenomena about light was explained by calling it as a wave. फिर हमको लगा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया. लाइट पार्टिकल नहीं है, लाइट इज अ वेव, एंड देन वी अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज लाइट. करेक्ट? प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व, नो इश्यूज. बट देन देयर केम अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन. अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन ने भी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किया, एंड अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन सेड लाइट इज नॉट अ वेव, इट इज ऑल्सो अ पार्टिकल. नाउ इट हैज क्रिएटेड अ कंफ्यूजन, राइट? सो व्हाट डू वी से? लाइट को वेव बोलना है कि लाइट को पार्टिकल बोलना है? Correct? Albert Einstein is also a very great scientist. If he is saying light is a particle, it must be a particle. So light is behaving like particle, but it is also behaving like a wave sometimes. So what do we understand? So then scientists decided we are going to say light has a dual nature. What is the meaning of dual nature? It means that light is a particle as well as a wave, and that is where all the confusion has started. How do we understand now? Light को particle कहना है कि light को wave कहना है, right? And now scientists are saying it is actually both. For us to understand, even to comprehend, that is very, very difficult. How can one thing be two things at the same time? Correct? But that is what light is. It is a wave and it is a particle, and that is where you can say the phenomena of quantum physics has actually started. Okay, so we accepted light is a wave and a particle. But friends, it did not stop there. Scientists did some experiments and they found out that even particles like electrons, particles like protons, and particles like you and I, we are also made up of atoms, electrons, protons and neutrons. They found that even particles, they behave like waves. Okay, so अगर कोई particle है, for example, a stone that you have in your hand, so you will say it is a particle, it is made up of matter. But now we have found that even that stone has got wave-like properties. And that is what is quantum mechanics. Okay, so as I said, to understand it and even to accept it, is a task for us. Okay, and that is what I will try to do in this video. I don't know how much I will be successful, लेकिन ये कोशिश करेंगे इन चीजों को समझने का. Okay, so I hope you liked it. I will try to bring the next part very soon. So if you want to see such videos, please send me a message and I will definitely try to make more such videos. Thank you.